Ross, what a game. Oxford City 2, Braintree Town 2. We kept going right to the end. What are your initial thoughts on that one?
Yeah, quite an entertaining game. I actually thought we played really well. Obviously, playing against a very difficult team in Braintree. They're very organised, and I thought some of our general play was really good and real attractive football. And yeah, I think the scoreline, I'd say looks about even. I think we dominated large parts of the game. We probably should have done better in the final third in the first half, especially. We was in and around their box a lot. But yeah, some of our movement and some of our play was really delightful to watch, considering that Saturday was below par. So to get that reaction from the boys was absolutely perfect. I think we're a little bit deflated in terms of we've done enough to get a result here and to get 3 points, but there were many factors involved that sort of went against us, and we've got to take the positives, and it's a good point. We move on.
I was going to say, I think we kind of shaded everything, like the whole game, which when it adds up is a deserved victory. Unfortunately, we didn't get it today. It was a game where let's critique it incident by incident. I think the first big one, we'll do it chronologically.
Yeah.
So the first chance was the Zach non-penalty. It looked at everyone in the ground that it was going to be a spot kick. Wasn't to be. Did you see that? What are your original thoughts on it?
Looks a penalty from where we are. Zach's dragged the ball away from the keeper. He's made contact on Zach's ankle. It's contact. I think Zach sometimes gets punished for how honest he is. If anyone knows him or watches him, he takes a lot of fouls and he rides a lot and he rolls a lot. He stays on his feet, he gets on with it. And the moment he actually gets fouled and goes down because there's contact and he can't stand up, he gets punished. So, yeah, listen, the ref said he had a great view of it. I'd look at the camera and see where he was, but from our side, we were sort of a good side from it. And everyone said it looks like a penalty. So I think we've been hard done by there. Zach's not one to fall over or dive if anyone knows him. He's a real honest lad, and if he says he gets booted and gets kicked in the ankle, then I think he gets kicked. So, we made some good runs and forward passes, and we created a lot of those moments. And I think that would have been sort of a good moment to get sort of securing that penalty from a really good passage of play and clever bit of play from Zach. But again, we didn't get the result, and I thought the referee was poor.
So then we take that out. The lads a little bit deflated by that because it did look like a penalty. We move on.
Yeah.
Good first half, and then I think we were a better team. And then second half, we're hit by a sucker punch on the counter attack against the run of play. Again, the heads could go down, but they don't. We pick ourselves up, we go again, and we equalise through Will Dawes. Great goal, great move.
Yeah.
What were your kind of reaction to going 1-0 down, and what was your reaction to getting back in the game?
Sloppy. Weren't happy with that. It was a throw. We dealt with it all first half. Second half, we just forgot to do it again, which I don't think the players need reminding. But yeah, just a moment of sloppiness. I think that we've allowed 11 to carry on running. Could have brought him down, could have done anything but let him carry on driving. And to be fair, give the Braintree player credit. It was a really good, tidy finish. So I'll give them a bit of credit on that. That was a real nice finish. So yeah, we've got to do better in those moments. But then to show the character, I've said to the players, it was a really big character to come back and get that goal. And I thought Will Dawes was outstanding today. I thought his effort and his attitude and his work rate, and he covered every blade of the grass. I couldn't ask much more, and he topped it off with a good, nice finish, and well-deserved finish, because he worked his socks off today, and the boys noticed it. I think the fans noticed it, and big credit to him making his sort of full debut, and hopefully many more to come.
And a few early subs to Braintree, and then the captain gets injured. They unfortunately go down to 10 men. Unlucky for them. That's a difficult scenario for us, though, as well, as though it's like, the opposition are down to 10 men. Automatically you think, you should walk it. It's not the case.
No.
They park in the bus or a low block if you want to be tactical about it, and they did it really well.
Yeah.
So when we came back against that, are you thinking, with the stuff that's happened, maybe it's not our day, or you believe in the lads?
Yeah, I think what you said is spot on. When you go down to 10 men, sometimes it's even harder to break it down, because it's a weird thing in football. You work twice as hard. You should work twice as hard from the start, but when you've got a man down and his back's against the wall, everyone's putting a shift in. Sometimes it's hard to break him down, but we kept on going. We conceded another one, and it was because we were throwing bodies forward. I think we was going for it. I wasn't happy with just settling for that draw. We needed to go for it and get the win. We were playing really good stuff. We showed why we deserve to be where we are. The response at the end to go and get the equaliser felt good, But you know, I think we deserve more, and I think the players know that, and our standards are very high. So yeah, we've got to take the point. We move on. Our standards will remain high. We need to kick on again. Big part of the season. We've got training Thursday. We'll prep for the next game, and then we'll go from there.
Difficult game, but a point gained.
Yeah.
What's the mood in the dressing room like? I think you just touched on it before. I think maybe a little bit deflated, but maybe when we dust ourselves down and actually think about how tough the task was today, we'll probably appreciate that point.
Yeah, it was a tough task. You know, they've gone into the position we were at third. Really organised team. You know, they play direct and they make it difficult, and I thought we stood up to the challenge. I think we had a lot of decisions against us. There was a lot of time wasting. You know, there's 8 minutes added on, but you know, there could have been another 2 or 3 on top of that. I didn't think the ref had a particularly good game. And yeah, I mean, I think the frustration was probably more with the decisions we didn't get, with the petty fouls, consistent fouling. Yeah, and it was really bitty towards the end, where we wanted the momentum. They were slowing it down. Nothing got done about it. There was no added time added on top. So yeah, there's a lot of frustration on that part, and obviously not to get the win is obviously annoying and frustrating. But we need to take the positives and block out the ref decision. I thought he had a shocker personally, but listen, you know, it's a hard job. This is a difficult game. Emotions are high, so I understand that. But we just wanted a little bit more today. But yeah, listen, we've got to take the positives. It's a draw against a top team. They're going to be in and around it. We've got to rest up now. But the reaction from Saturday was first class, and that's what I was looking for.
Win, lose or draw, same thing. Have your food, have your rest, get ready for the next one. Next one is Hemel.
Yep.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, they're all difficult. We're going to the back end of the season. They're all going to be difficult. You know, we've got fatigue kicking in. Other teams are going to have fatigue kicking in. It's a mental battle to get over that sort of fatigue barrier. But we've got to make sure we rest up properly. You know, we were a bit light today. Canis Carroll had a bit of a bug, but you know, boy stepped in and filled his shoes and made it really difficult for next week for selection. So we've got a squad. We brought a couple of boys in. Jack Davies got a first start for a while, and he was first class. Will Dawes came in for his first start, first class. So it's given me a headache for sure. But I think if we can have players contributing like that throughout the end of the season, we're in a good place, and the competition is high, so we need to keep that going.
Well, you've just answered my last question about Canis Carroll and Jack Davies coming into the team. So I think all that's left to say is, Ross, well done, and on a well-earned point.
Thank you.